This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2023 Autumn Ridge 26 BHS. Okay, this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work. Okay, so you have regular scissor type stabilizers. You have an outside refrigerator and some storage. Okay, we're still cleaning it too, so it'll look much better on the outside. We got that up next. So you got a power awning with an LED strip, outside speakers, and this is the vent for the range hood. So when you're running the fan in the range hood, you want to flip this baffle open so it flaps freely, so it vents to the outside. Otherwise, you can just keep it shut. Excuse me, sorry about the camera work. I apologize in advance. Okay, so this is for your to fill your fresh water tank. If you're camping someplace that doesn't have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here and then use the onboard pump to pump it. Most places have city water, but if you don't, you have this option, and all the plumbing will work as though you have city water. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is just a spray hose that plugs in. It's a quick connect sprayer. You have your dump hose over there. You have your stabilizer crank and a attachment for a drill. Now your power tongue jack also has a override mechanism. So if it fails for any reason, you can pull this plug right here, put the crank on it or that drill attachment, and you can actually operate this manually to get yourself out of trouble. So you can always get yourself out of trouble. You have a deep cycle marine battery, 2 LP tanks that are full with an automatic changeover regulator. Okay, of course your slide room. Your dump valves are here, black and gray. Black is toilet water and waste, obviously. Gray is sink and shower water. So this is your water hookups here. So that sprayer that I just showed you can plug in right there. Your city water hookup is right here. Now if you look at this diagram here, it shows you when this blue valve is in the vertical position, it's city water. If I want to fill the tank, I can go like this. So there are two different ways to fill the tank. You can use that port on the other side, or you can have the hose hooked up to here and put this in a horizontal position. Alright, this is your black tank flush right here. So if your black tank, after you dump your black tank, which is the black valve obviously, if you leave your valve open, like it says here on the sticker, leave the valve open, put the hose on there, turn it on, it'll clean out your black tank, spray off the sensor so you get a good reading, that sort of thing. So that's your black tank flush. Of course this isn't your cord here, this is just a temporary shop cord. Okay, so you have a water heater back here. This works on both gas and electric. The switches are inside the trailer. The thing to know out here is this is the drain plug right here. It takes 1 1/16" 6-point socket to remove it. Plus you'll need about a 6-inch extension, and then of course a ratchet or a brake or whatever to break it free. Okay, can't operate that with one hand, so I'll have to come back. And you also have a quick connect for a grill, or griddle, whatever. That's to your LP system right there. If you purchase any appliances like that, make sure you get the right one for a travel trailer. It has to be the proper pressure. You can't just use the one like you have at home. That takes too much pressure. So remember, this system is regulated. So okay, let's go inside here. Okay, so this is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is. If not, get it serviced. That's important, obviously. Your keys are right here, hanging on the faucet. Alright, so you have your awning. Let me look here. You have your awning switch here. So it's for your power awning. Never leave it out unattended. if you're not going to be at the campsite, make sure you roll it in. You have your slide room switch here for your slide room, and then your water here. You have your water pump. Use that to pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You also use that to winterize the trailer. To light your water heater on gas is right there. To turn on the electric heating element right there. Never run the water heater without water in the water heater tank. So if you empty it, which people do because they're not going to be camping for a few months, whatever, you empty it out. Just make sure you refill it before you turn it on. That's very important. Your battery levels, fresh water, so on and so forth. Right there, okay? As we come this way, you have your TV hookups here. You have a backing plate and your hookups here. This red light should always be on when you're using the antenna. You can shut it off, but you won't get a good signal if you don't have it on. Your stereo is right here. You have a remote, right? And then you have this has AM/FM radio. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. You have a USB port, so you can put all your albums or whatever onto one little stick and take them with you. There's an HDMI in, so if you get a TV hooked up, if you want to go into the system, let's say with a portable Blu-ray player or something, you could plug right into there. 2 speaker zones, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does everything you need and then some. Okay, your microwave works like any other microwave. This is the range hood I told you about. If you're going to be running the fan, you want to open that baffle on the outside. Okay. Your range, I don't know if he's got the gas turned on here, so I'll just talk you through it if he doesn't. But you have your 3 knobs in the center here for the 3 burners. This is the sparker. You turn it clockwise to spark it. And this is for the oven. So let's see if he's got the gas on. No, he doesn't. But you just turn it to the picture of the flame and spark it by turning it clockwise, it'll light. And then the oven is a little bit different. You got a pilot light all the way to the back. So you'll come over to the oven knob here. You'll go to the picture of the pilot light. You depress it. You keep it depressed. Then you light it. After you see the flame light, you still hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple. Then you go to operating temperature, of course. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. You have a blue light here. You have an oven light there. Always travel with this shut. Okay. This down here is your power converter. It converts AC to DC power. Okay. So you have regular, when you're plugged into shore power, you have regular 110 AC circuit breakers here, just like you'd have at home, and they're all labeled, right? Then the power is converted from AC to 12 volt DC, right? So you got 12 volt fuses here, and they're all labeled. This is also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much, as long as you're plugged in, it's going to sense how much energy your battery has up front and how much it needs, and it'll send as many amps necessary to keep it charged up. So it's a battery charger also, okay? Your refrigerator is a compressor type DC refrigerator. So you have your on and off button there, of course. You have temperature plus and minus. Then you have different power saving mode, like a night mode, for example, where it reduces the power because the sun's not out, so you use less energy. So they're just for energy saving there, but it's very simple to operate. You don't have to really do much except turn it on and set the temperature. Okay, this is your thermostat here. It works like all thermostats. You hit the mode button to light it up, then you keep hitting the mode button to go through all the different options. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Then you have cool, which is air conditioning. If you're running air conditioning, try to always run it on auto high, auto low, whatever. That's the best way to do it. And then the next one would be your furnace, which is your LP furnace. So it's all operates from there. You can drop this table down onto these cleats here, if you can see them. Turn it into a bed. This here, I believe, is a jackknife. Yes, this jackknife's flat, so you got a second bed here. Your bunks here. Your sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. Okay. You have a vent with a fan in it over the shower for humidity. And the toilet itself is typical RV toilet. It sits right over a black tank, right? And it has a flush pedal right here. Okay, so you can't use it dry. By dry, we're talking about the black tank below. So as soon as you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, of course. You'll come in here, you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl, then you'll step on the pedal and hold it down long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there, along with the chemical. It just goes down into the tank. Then it's ready to be used. If you don't do that, if you use it dry, the smell will be terrible, plus it'll get clogged up. So you never run it dry. You always have chemical and water in there before you start using it, okay? All right. Shut that light off. So, you have another vent here. When it comes to the bedroom, it's pretty typical. You have more TV hookups here, and you got a backing plate for a swing out bracket so you can see it from bed. You have an emergency window which goes like this all the way through. Then you grab hold of the red tab and pull the screen out, and you can escape during an emergency. There's also one in the bunk area, I believe. This also comes up in the storage underneath. Let me look back here to make sure that there is one. Yeah, the bottom window's an escape window also. So one at each end of the trailer. Okay, so I think that covers it. Let me look around a bit here. I think we've got everything. Yes? Okay. Alright, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember to inspect your roof on a regular basis. The manufacturer states every 90 days or so, 60 to 90 days. You need to look up on the roof or have someone else do it. Make sure there's no cracking or separation where water could get through, cracking and separation at the sealant. It's rare. It takes years for that to happen generally, but you don't know. That's why you inspect it. You also look at the roofing attachments, and you look at the roofing material. Make sure it wasn't damaged by, let's say, low branches or road debris, something like that. You can't see the roof from standing on the ground, so it's important to look at it and make sure everything's in good shape so you can stay ahead of any issues. And third, right now this is in camping mode, so there's no antifreeze in the system. It's all fresh water. Your water heater is in camping mode. The valves on the back are in camping mode, and there's water in the heater, so you're all set to use it. Just remember, never run the water heater without water in it, okay? Thank you very much.